Hi everyone, welcome back. Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera, so sorry that it's moving around, but this is going to be my melt video, or this is my what I've been melting video or whatever, and this is a Candles from the Keeping Room candle in strawberry peppermint, and it has been performing really well. You can see it's gotten kind of low, like it's about right here. So I've melted through quite a bit because the bottom of this bowl goes in, so there's not as much wax, and this is one that started off with big strawberries on top. But I was trimming the wicks this morning. You can see it leaves kind of a lot of residue from the, like a little bit of residue from the wax and like some of the black soot, because what happens is I trim the wicks and sometimes it falls back on top of the candle, and when I try to wipe it, it like smears everywhere. But I got a couple chunks of like the wicks that fell on the candle, and I was tipping it upside down to try and like get the little chunks of the wick trim to fall into the trash can, and the whole candle fell out and landed on the floor, and it smushed my wicks. So like these two wicks on this side, so I'm hoping that I tried to pull them up as much as I could, but they're really low on this side. This side seems to be doing okay, but I'm a little concerned that I'm not going to be able to get a full wax pull on this candle now, which really bums me out. Which, if that does happen, then what I'll end up doing is just chopping it up and melting it in my melters instead of burning it. But I was really wanting to finish burning it. So, cautionary note, don't tip your candles upside down because the wax may fall out. And you may smush your wicks. Like, it literally landed like upside down on my tile. I was like, oh. So, anyhow, let me jump into this video. I have a huge bag here full of melts, and I'm doing everything that I melted the first 2 weeks of July. So first of all, I'm a little bit behind on uploading videos, so you're probably gonna see 2 melt videos back to back, 2 should you melt this videos back to back, because the other one that I recorded, it was for the end of the last 2 weeks of June, and I just haven't uploaded it yet, and I've just been busy, so sorry about that. So this one's probably gonna get uploaded right after. So this is for like the first 2 weeks of July. I finished this candle in strawberry vanilla. This is the second one I finished, and you probably saw this wood a lot in my videos because I had it burning in the background. Overall, it burned well. There was a point where the wicks kind of were drowning out a little bit, and I had to soak up some of the wax to get the flames big enough again to really get a throw. But I always was able to get a wax pull, and it actually always smelled really good. I got a good throw from this one, so I really, really did enjoy it. I basically burned it to the end, and I tried lighting it one more time where you can see those little bit of like circles around the wicks, but they extinguished themselves, so I basically burned it to the bottom. And I'm going to start with empties, and I'm just kind of randomly pulling out vendors. This is Tiki Beach from 10 Digit Creations. This was like a 10 or a 12 pack, and I love Tiki Beach. It's one of my like absolute favorite scents. You guys probably know that, so whenever a vendor has it, I will buy it. This is older. Let's see, one of the last times I ordered from 10 Digit, so this was April of 2015, and I just finished it. It performed well. I did like it, but I won't probably be buying from 10 Digit Creations anymore. She's changed everything so much, and I kind of was sick of drama in her group and stuff like that, so I've left, and I haven't been in her group, and I don't intend on buying anytime soon. This is Super Tarts Lizzie. This is peaches, magnolia, pear, jasmine, white amber, and a slight grapefruit note. When I melted this, I pretty much only got the peaches. I got maybe a hint of some floral in the background, but not enough. I really thought this scent was going to be a little bit more complex with all those notes, but it was pretty much just a peach scent to me. So although I enjoyed it, like I'm not going to get it again, because peach, I can enjoy it, but it's not like a scent I like die to have. So it was just a little too basic for me. So anyhow, I will say I have been melting a ton of stuff from Sarah. If you watch the video of the bag of goodies Sarah sent my way, so I have been trying to melt through a lot of that, so you'll see a lot of that in this video. This is Rose Girls Koopa Troopa Salt. This is raspberry sauce, pomegranate, sweet lemon confection, and marshmallow smoothie. There was one chunk in here that I cut in half and melted it in 2 warmers in my living room. It did really, really well. It was very just like a nice sweet, tart, citrusy kind of like note. It was really, really good. I was kind of tempted to place an order with her in the opening she just had, because this was listed in muffins, but I was like, I don't need more wax, even though I keep buying stuff, but I did not place an order with Rose Girls, but I like that one. This is Glitterati, Walking on Sunshine, and this is Orange Sherbet, Serendipity, and Strawberry. To me, I did not pick up the Serendipity when this was melting. It was basically just kind of like a fruity blend, and I couldn't distinctly say, oh, that's Orange Sherbet, or that's Strawberry. It was just yummy, blended, sweet, fruity goodness, and did not notice the Serendipity, but it's a really good scent. This is another one from Sarah. This is Super Tarts Brave, and this is sugar dusted ginger root, sweet cakes, and Earl Grey tea. I do really like this scent. Melting, you definitely get more of the ginger than anything else, but I did still really enjoy it. So I actually have a haul I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to get to do it today, but I did get a few clamshells in that one because I did enjoy it. From Vintage Chic Scents, I finished this 3-pack in Cafe Reggio, which is really old. You can tell it's from May 2014 because I bought it, I melted one of the flowers, and it just basically smells like chocolate to me. I don't get any of the coffee note in it, and so I just kind of been holding on to it and not melting it because I'm not a huge fan of like chocolate scents. Sorry, there's like a little cat fur. I do have a cat, and my empties have been sitting around on the table. But, okay, I'm gonna like drop something in this. Let me push it back. But, so I did go ahead and finish this. I had a flower and a half left. I put it in my guest room. My guest room has a bathroom inside of it. So I put the one whole flower in a hot plate warmer in the guest room, and then the other half that I had, stuck it in a plug-in warmer. It's a Better Homes and Garden plug-in warmer in the bathroom in the guest room. And it was super strong, but really heavy chocolate, and it was floating out into the living room, so I didn't care for it. But then after a few hours, when it kind of started to mellow out a little bit, it was more of just like a background note of like almost like I was baking brownies. So I liked it once it got like mellowed out, but it was really strong. It performed really well. This is L3 Satsuma Whipped Cream Mallow Fluff. So there was 2 fluted tarts that Sarah sent me. I melted both of them, one whole fluted tart in each warmer, in the 2 warmers in my living room, and it was a pretty light throw. So overall for L3, I have a few things that I've melted. I have not been getting a great throw yet, so I don't know. I mean, this should be cured, right? It's from March 2017, so it should be cured. What I'm thinking on this one, I might have maybe put too much wax in. Maybe I should have cut the fluted tarts in half. So it is what it is. I do have more stuff from L3 that I'm going to try to keep melting and see what I get out of it. This is Siren from the Bathing Garden. This is a sample that I got. This is the fruity floral with creamy beach notes. I really do like this, but I didn't get floral and I didn't get beach notes when I was melting it. It was just like a unique scent, and I almost got like a spicy note in it, but not like fall spice and not cinnamon spice, but just a unique scent. But now that I've read that it has that like creamy beach notes, I can kind of smell that now. But when I was melting it, I didn't know the scent description, and so it was a different scent. But I don't know if my Bathing Garden haul is going to be posted before or after this, but I did order a couple of these because I do like the scent. This is Chic Summer from the Bathing Garden. This is creamy vanilla, sparkling peaches, and strawberry. You basically get the peaches and the strawberry, but it's a very good blend of peach and strawberry. I really did like this. It was a little bit lighter when I melted it. Sometimes these little samples don't perform always the best for me, and I also don't think, I just got this in May, so I maybe didn't let it cure, but it was a little bit on the lighter side. From Tiffany Candles, I melted this sample in Wildberry Mousse. I think I've had this, for a while, since June 2015. It's your standard Wildberry Mousse. I like Wildberry Mousse, but I prefer it in blends because it is a pretty heavy and sweet scent. And this was really strong. I melted it actually at work, and I had to keep turning my warmer off because it was really strong, and so it lasted me several days because I would turn it off, turn it back on, turn it off, turn it back on. This is another thing from Sarah. This is Tiffany's Rosemary Mint and Rain Fresh. I really did like this. It was a very fresh take on her Rosemary Mint. I love her Rosemary Mint scent. It's my absolute favorite Rosemary Mint, and it goes great in so many different blends. So I enjoyed this. I got more of the Rain Fresh though than the Rosemary Mint, so I do wish that the Rosemary Mint was stronger in that, but it performed well. From Southbound Soap Company, this is Seaside Serenade. Again, another one from Sarah. So I have the scent description here. Let me find it. Where is it? Okay. It is Seaside Breeze, Ocean Sands, and Beach Grass. So this was pretty, but it was a little bit heavy on kind of like a floral type note. So I enjoyed it, but I don't know that it's a scent that I would seek out, but it did perform well. From Rose Girls, this was a little chunk in peppermint, cotton candy ice cream that I melted in my bedroom at night. This basically was just a really sweet, creamy take on peppermint. It was really nice. The peppermint wasn't overpowering, but I can enjoy a strong peppermint. So this is really good. I melted it in my bedroom in my Michaels 24-watt hot plate, and it did well. Also from Rose Girls, this chunk that Sarah sent in lavender, pink sugar, and hello sugar. I melted this in my bathroom in the 20-watt Glade, and all I pretty much smelled was the hello sugar, which hello sugar is a sugary tart lemon, and that's pretty much all I got from that blend. I like that scent, but I wasn't getting any of the lavender or pink sugar with it. From L3, this is Blackberry Whipped Cream Aftershave. There were 3 little pieces in this, so I melted it 2 different times. I put 1 piece each in the 2 warmers in my living room, and then I melted another time in my bathroom. It did well. It was kind of like a lighter medium scent throw. I would have expected it to be a little bit stronger because of the aftershave, which is like a shaving cream scent, I think, right? That's what it smelled like to me. So it did well, but it wasn't as strong as I expected, but I did smell it. This one performed better than that, like, Satsuma one or whatever. Yeah, better than this one. But I also put in smaller chunks of this one too, or smaller pieces. All right, from Zape, I have a couple here. Let me do this one first. This is Miss Bell's Berry Sweet Tea. I couldn't find a scent description, but basically it smells like berry and sweet tea. I did really like this one. It was a little heart that I melted in my bathroom, which was the 20-watt Glade, and it performed well. It was like a solid medium, and I enjoyed it. This one from Zape is Sweetheart. Let's see, this is pink sugar, lemonade, and sugary sweetness. When I was melting this, I didn't get the pink sugar at all. I didn't actually tell that there was lemonade in this. It was just kind of like a sweet, kind of fruity scent. I really did like it. It was like a nice medium scent throw. But I didn't pick up the pink sugar, and that's actually the theme, I think, for the Zape that I've melted. Anything that has pink sugar in it, I couldn't smell the pink sugar. So that might be good for people that aren't a huge fan of pink sugar scents. But, you know, I was surprised to see there was pink sugar in the blend. This is Oasis from Glitterati. Oh my god, this is like, I love this scent. I'm so sad that I'm now out. This is all I got in my custom order, was the 1 scent shot, and I really wish I'd gotten like a whole bag of it. But this is passion fruit, yuzu, sparkling water, guava, juicy mango, and musk with vetiver. This basically is like a tropical fruit, but no pineapple, no coconut. So I love when you can get those like exotic tropical fruit scents, you know, and that's what it smells like. But then there's like a hint of like something else added to it, which is that musk and that vetiver. But I don't smell it thinking, oh, that's musk and that's vetiver. It just adds like a little something extra. It's gorgeous, and it's still so strong in this scent cup. I actually melted this. I cut it into 4 pieces and used it very sparingly because I knew I loved it so much. And it threw really, really well, even though I put like tiny pieces in. I feel like, you know, a 1/4 of a scent shot cup, that's like not even 1/2 of an ounce. It threw phenomenally well, but it was a little bit short-lived. And I think that's just because when you're melting such a small piece, there's only so much fragrance oil in that little piece, so it's only going to last so long. But it threw really, really well while it lasted. I finished this 4-pack from Candles from the Keeping Room and Lemon Pizzelle. This is just a great sweet tart lemon mixed with that yummy bakery. This is really old. It's probably about 3.5 years old now. Definitely over 3 years. And it performed really well still though. I put this in my guest room and I could smell it kind of floating out into the hallway and the living room. From Super Tarts, I melted or finished this clamshell in Carlisle. This is Soothing Chamomile Blossoms and Sweet Huckleberries. To me, I do get more of the chamomile in this blend, which comes off as kind of like a spa-like scent to me, which I really do enjoy. But the huckleberry does add a sweetness to it. But I got more of the chamomile. I do really like this one. I would definitely repurchase this one. I did just place an order with Super Tarts. This one was sold out. So I don't know that like I'm gonna make a huge fuss to try and get my hands on it, but if I ever see it listed, I will definitely buy more because I really enjoyed it. Let's see, I think that's all my empties. So let me jump into the non-empties now. So from Super Tarts, I melted Xander. This is coffee, vanilla, buttercream, crunch, and clove. I was really craving a coffee scent, so I pulled this one out. And on cold, you don't really get a lot of the clove, but when I melted this, that clove really came out. So for me, that was just, it's not the right time of year to melt this. So I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have, and I ended up dumping it out after a couple hours because I was like, I'm over the clove. So this is the one I need to save for fall now. It performed well, but it's more to me a fall-like scent because of that clove. From Glitterati, I melted part of this Scent Shot in Lavender Papaya. So her lavender is a very, very herbal lavender. Mixed with that papaya, it does give it some sweetness. So it smells good. It's not like one of my favorite lavender blends from her, but I'm enjoying it, and I will definitely finish that. I think I may have one more Scent Shot. I can't remember if I got 1 or 2 of those. From 10 Digit Creations, I've melted 3 out of the 4 little thingies in this in Palm Beach cooler. This is another Bath & Body Works dupe. I love, love, love this scent from Bath & Body Works, and I think I have this scent from other vendors as well. So this is a scent that, again, if I see it on a vendor's list, I'm going to buy it. It's just a great, like, I don't have the scent description, but it's a great just summer kind of coconutty, fruity, tropical type scent. I really do love it. And that one, it was on the lighter side for, you know, for the throw, but I enjoyed it. And I will finish up that last one eventually. From Sugar and Spice, this is Pina Colada Watermelon Honeydew. I really did like this blend. I melted it in my 24 watt Michaels warmer. You can tell I pretty much in my house I use either a 20 watt or 24 watt hot plate warmers. That's pretty much all I use. But this was great because the Pina Colada didn't overpower the scent. It was just a great kind of like fruity, tropically fruity type blend, and it performed really well. I melted half of the Scent Shot. From Zape, this is Summer Crush, which is watermelon, pomegranate, and crushed candy. I melted about half of the like rectangle, maybe a little bit more than half of the little rectangle piece in here, and I put it in a couple different warmers in my living room. And this was like a medium to medium strong. I really like this scent because to me when it's melting, it just smells like a really sweet, fruity scent. I don't distinctly smell watermelon or pomegranate when I'm melting it, but it was really, really good, and I did enjoy it, and I got a decent throw out of it. I'll talk a little bit more about Zape when I pull out a couple others that I've melted. I melted some Zape Unicorn Cake, and this is, let's see, Birthday Cake, Pomegranate, Satsuma, and Berry Sorbet. This was a really good blend. Like overall, it's like a yummy birthday cake within just a bunch of like yummy fruity notes mixed in. I really did enjoy this one. The throw was like a solid medium, and it's a good scent. I really enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to melting the rest of that. I also melted half of this little heart with chunks in it in Malibu Barbie. This is coconut, pineapple, and pink sugar. So this is one, like, even when I smell it on cold, I don't smell the pink sugar at all. And then when I melted it, unfortunately, this is one that I really did not smell at all when it was melting. And for coconut and pineapple, you would actually think that that would have a really good throw, but I couldn't smell it. I melted half of this heart that I cut in half and put it in 2 different warmers in my living room. So overall, like with my Zape, I have one more too. This one, Vesuvius. This one performed pretty well. This was pineapple, mango, citrus, and fresh greens, and I really like the citrus mixed with the fresh greens to kind of cut through that like the pineapple and the mango, the sweetness. So it added like a little something extra. You can see, sorry, this is falling apart, but I did cut half of this flour in half and melted it. I'm not blown away by Zape yet. I feel like I've kind of gotten some like mixed performance. Like this one I didn't smell at all. And then some of the other ones were kind of lighter or like a light medium. And so I know there's a lot of people that love Zape, but I think for me right now what might be happening is in my apartment, like it's super hot right now in Southern California, so I have my AC running 24/7 because it's just really hot. So I feel like maybe the cold air from the air conditioner is kind of like, you know, dampening out the scent throw for Zape. Now I do have other vendors that throw really well still in my house even when my AC is running, but I feel like that is affecting the performance of Zape. So I haven't made a decision yet if I'm going to try and purchase on my own from her, because these are purchased from D-Stashes, and then I got a gift from Sarah. They're not complete duds, but they're not blowing me away like I was hoping they would, and based on kind of all the reviews I've seen from people. But I want to keep trying to melt it and kind of see. So I'm reserving my final judgment for a little while for me to melt more, maybe try and melt on days that it's a little bit cooler and I don't need my AC on, and see how it goes. But so that's kind of my first impression so far of her wax. I think that's everything I melted from her this week, these last couple weeks. So anyhow, from VCS, I melted half of this flower in Strawberry Fields Forever. This is usually a scent that I get a great throw from. I melt this half, I cut in half and put it in 2 warmers in my living room, but I actually didn't smell it very much. So there was kind of poor performance on that one, which sometimes happens for me for VCS. From Candles from the Keeping Room, I melted 2 tarts in this mojito. You can tell this is an older one because this is when she used to do 8 tarts in a bag. This is from February 2015. Basically, it smells like, I'm going to show you. It smells like lemon mint leaf to me from Bath & Body Works. So I had this candle burning at the same time that I was melting this, and they really complemented each other. It was really nice because it's basically a lemon limey mint scent, right? That's what a mojito is. So it performed well, and being as old as it is, it did really well. I melted like 3/4 of this little tart in Ava's Winter Garden. From Ava's, sorry. It's from Ava's. It's Winter Garden. Very, very strong floral. This is from Sarah. This performed amazingly well, but it was a really strong floral. So I don't think I would ever buy this scent, but this last little piece, I want to try and mix with like a Vanilla Bean Noel or something to kind of mellow it out a little bit. From VCS, Vintage Chic Scents, I melted 1/4 of this Poinsettia in Jackie O. This is her Marshmallow Birthday Cake Vanilla Bean Noel. It's an amazing scent. It's a very comforting and relaxing scent, so I actually melted this at night in my bedroom. I got like a lighter medium throw because this scent combo is not one that's naturally going to be really strong, and then with my air conditioner going, I think that kind of reduced the performance, but it's a great scent. It's one that I would buy again. I have a large bag in it though too, still in my stockpile. This is from Two Timing Tarte. This is Pink Marshmallow Peppermint Swirl. You can see this is really old, January 2014. This is something I pulled out of what I call my wax junk drawer. It doesn't necessarily mean the wax in there is junk, but it's the wax that I have from random vendors where I only have a few pieces left, or it's really, really old, and it doesn't need to take up a whole drawer or a whole bin. Because most of my vendors, you guys know, I take up multiple drawers and multiple bins, but when a particular vendor gets down to just a few pieces left, I'll throw it in my wax junk drawer and then just pull stuff out of there occasionally. But this one is really light on cold. It was also pretty light when warming. I could smell it, but it was very, very light. I think that's just a factor of how old it is. From VCS, I melted 3/4 of this Poinsettia and Anna's Sugar Plum Fairies. When I first sniffed this on cold, I actually did not think I was going to like it. I'm looking for the scent description. I mean, it's a pretty basic scent description. Oh yeah, it's just sweet sugar plums and cotton candy frosting. On cold, I was concerned it was going to be too sweet for me. I didn't think I was going to really like it. It might have been too light. Warming, I actually really, really liked it. There was a note in that sugar plum scent that really came out that made it a little bit unique, almost a little bit fall-like, that I really did enjoy it, and the performance did really well. Like, it was a solid, like, medium, which is good. You know, you don't always want your wax, like, hitting you in the face when you're melting it. From Rockets, I did melt, let's see, let me grab, no. Yeah, I melted a couple pieces of Rockets from that Sarah had sent to me. This one is Pink Peppermint Strawberry Cake Vanilla Bean Noel, Pink Coconut Milk and Lavender. Both of these I melted in my room. I did half of the flowers in my 24-watt Michaels warmer, and I got very, 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 very light throw. Almost didn't smell them. Now they smell great in the bag. This one I don't get any of the strawberry cake or vanilla bean noel. It's basically just a pink peppermint. This one I do get all the notes, the pink sugar, coconut milk, and lavender, but they just didn't perform well. I melted, like I said, both in my bedroom, 24-watt Michaels, but my air was on, so that could have factored in to why these weren't doing that great. I do want to try these maybe on a night where my air isn't running and see how they do. And maybe I'll cut these in half. Maybe I put too much in. This is the first time ever melting Rockets, so if you guys have any comments on maybe what I should do or what I'm doing wrong, let me know. But I do want to try those and give them an opportunity to perform well. right, so this is another one I melted from L3. This is Vanilla Bean Noel, Rosemary Mint, and Salty Sea Air. On cold, this smells amazing. I absolutely love it. I melted this at night in my 24 watt Michaels warmer in my bedroom, and I really barely smelled it. Again, I had my AC on, so I feel like that's affecting the performance of her wax, or maybe her wax just doesn't work for me. It smells really good. It's not super strong in the bag, but I smell it, and with these scent notes, with Salty Sea Air and Rosemary Mint, you really would think I would smell it. But you can see I probably melted about a third of it. Maybe I need to melt a little bit less. I don't know. You know, maybe this is just a vendor that's just not going to work for me, which would make me sad. I mean, maybe that's okay because it'll save me from buying, but I need to keep playing around with her wax. I found another piece from Zape. This is Lavender Soda. I totally forgot about this. So this is a scent everyone is raving about. This one performed really well for me. I would say this is probably the one that performed the best out of all the Zape I melted so far. And I like it. I don't love it like I've seen everyone post. For me, I don't really get the lavender when it was melting. Now I wonder if I maybe need to let this, no, this is from 2016. At first I saw July 9th. I was like, oh, it's not cured. But this is from last year. So I don't smell any of the lavender on cold or even on warm. But the soda scent, to me, it smells, there's like two, from my experience with vendors, there's like two fizzy pop soda type scents that are out there. Maybe this is called soda versus fizzy pop for a reason. But fizzy pop, typically when you see that from vendors, it's like a lemon, limey, sweet kind of super fizzy soda type scent, right? It's usually super fizzy and it has that sweet lemon lime note to it. This one, this soda, and there's other vendors that even they call it fizzy pop, or they may call it soda. It's a little bit more subdued. It's not nearly as strong. You don't get as much of that lemon limey. It's more of just the carbonation scent. So this is more almost like if you comparing like a, what do you call it? Like soda water. Like if you just got like carbonated water versus like a super carbonated, you know, lemon lime soda. That's the difference between the two. This is more like a carbonated water. And so, because you don't get that lemon lime note with it. So it's nice. It's more of a fresh scent. So I enjoyed it, but it's not something, I don't know that I would like go out of my way to get it, but I only melted it once so far. I definitely want to melt this other piece and see if maybe I have a different opinion on it the second time I melt it. But that's just my opinion. That's just my nose. All of our noses are different. I mean, the more I talk to people about scents they love, about scents I love, people just like different things. They pick up different things when they melt it. So it doesn't mean you should try it, but it also goes to show sometimes those really popular scents from vendors, you'll get it and you'll be like, what? Like, I don't get it, you know? So I don't want to say I don't get it, but that's just one that it's not like one that I was crazy about. From Sassy Girl Aroma, Sarah sent me this chunk in Salty Sea Air, Sweet Lavender, and Marshmallow. Oh my goodness, this one was amazing. This scent is amazing. And Julie's Marshmallow, she must have done something, like she must have changed her oil, because I remember back in the day getting marshmallow scents from her and not loving them as much. Her marshmallow now is so super sweet and ooey gooey. It's just delicious. But this is a great, great, great scent. As you can see, I think I melted like 1 or 2 chunks in my bedroom. It was super strong. It performed really well. I actually placed an order with her for a couple bags of this just today, which, you know, there's been lots of stuff going on in the wax community. I try not to like get caught up in all of that, but this is a scent that I'm like, I was dying to get more of. And so I was like, I'm going to get it now. Hopefully I don't regret that, but I get great performance from her wax. So it is what it is, right? But anyhow, so I love this. It performed well. Thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing this with me. And then now I was able to actually get a couple bags of my own. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, I don't have too much more here. I'm getting close to the end. This is from Sassy Girl Aroma, Pink Sugar, Peppermint, Fresh Mint Leaf, Vanilla Bean, Noel, and Spearmint. Again, this is one from Sarah. And I melted this at night in my bedroom, my Michaels 24 watt hot plate, and it performed really well. I got all of the minty notes in there, but in the morning, all that was left was like a heavy pink sugar, and it was like too much pink sugar. So all the minty scents kind of drowned out. So her pink sugar is really strong, and I think that was definitely the dominant note in this. I picked up all the minty scents when I was melting it, but by morning, the minty goodness had died out, and it was just pink sugar that was left. I melted half of this scent shot from Candles by Victoria in Mystic Berry. I've only ever ordered from her once. It was from the Super Bowl sale she had in 2014. I don't remember if it was the end of January or early February. I want to say it was the end of January. So I have a few, like I have a little stash of scent shots left from her. I really like this. This is basically like a Christmas tree mixed with like berries. And I don't know, like obviously it's not the time of year for Christmas tree scents, but I do love pine and balsam. And if it's not overly piney, I can enjoy melting it even in the summer. And so this one was like just a good sweet balsam scent mixed with those sweet berries. So I did really enjoy it, and it performed really well. I put it in my Glade, my cream Glade, which I believe is still 20 watts. It melted all the way, performed well. And if I ever decide to buy from her again, I would get that scent. This is Mystique from Super Tarts. You can tell this one's a little bit older. It doesn't have the scent description on there, but it is pink sugar and shaving cream. I don't think I care for Super Tarts shaving cream like I do from other vendors. It's just, there's a stronger note in it that's like a little bit headache inducing for me. So I melted this in my guest room, but you can see I really need to get through it because this clamshell is falling apart, but that has not affected the performance so far, but I do need to melt through it. I also melted this from, it was a gift from Sarah from the Purple Fox Poisoned Apple. This is basically winter candy apple from Bath and Body Works. I love that scent. I melted, so you can see probably about half of this. I don't remember what this bar thing is called, but I melted about half of this in 2 different warmers in my living room, and it performed phenomenally well. So super impressed. I know this is the only thing I have from Purple Fox, but super impressed. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for their next opening. They don't have a Facebook group that I saw. I tried looking for it this morning. I only saw a Facebook page, no group. But if you guys know about a group, and post the link below, but I couldn't find one. But I definitely want to try ordering from that vendor because I was really impressed with it. Oh, here is another one from Sassy Girl Aroma, an amazing blend that Sarah shared with me. This is Pink Sugar, Pink Chiffon, Rainforest, Sugar Cane, and Serene Waters. So love, love, love this one. It is just such a beautiful, pretty scent. You get the pretty from the like Pink Sugar, Pink Chiffon, but it's sweet from that sugar cane. And then the Serene Waters just adds a really nice aquatic, you know, fresh scent to it. I love it. In the order that I placed today with Sassy Girl Aroma, I got a blend of Pink Sugar, Rainforest Sugar Cane, and Serene Water. So I'm hoping it's very similar to this. It's just missing the Pink Chiffon. Oh, so pretty. I think I'm going to melt this one in my bathroom today. Then from Vintage Chic Scents, I melted a couple cubes in the Queen Mary, or Queen Mary I should call it. And let's see. I'm looking for the scent description. It's sea mist, driftwood, water lily, sea berry, and ocean musk. I really love the scent from VCS. It smells like, it's kind of sweet, kind of floral, kind of oceany. It's just a beautiful scent, and it performs well. I think this is like the 3rd clamshell I've melted through with her. I know I haven't finished it yet, but I absolutely love it. It'll always be a repurchase for me, and it performs well. Like a nice strong medium. All right, last thing, you guys. This is Up the Creek Scents Frankenberry Zucchini Bread. I don't know the scent description for Frankenberry, but I believe it is like a berry cereal type scent, and then her zucchini is amazing. So Up the Creek, I've only ordered from once, and I think I got this in a D-stash that I purchased off of Kirby, I believe is where I got this, because I don't think I bought it directly from Up the Creek. But this is old. I don't have it dated, but it's definitely from 2014. It's no newer than that. And it performed, this was probably the strongest performer in the 2 weeks of all the stuff I melted. Like ridiculously strong. My air conditioner was on, and it just like was blowing us out of the apartment, but in a good way. And this is just super sweet, yummy berry bakery goodness. Her zucchini is not spicy at all. It's a very creamy zucchini. And the fruity notes in this, oh, That Frankenberry is just delicious. So her wax, I have found Up the Creek just gets better with age. And I didn't reorder from her. Oh, you see that sliding. You can tell it's old because it's just oily and kind of discolored. So, but that hasn't affected the performance. But so from Up the Creek, I ordered from her, and when I melted stuff right away, I wasn't getting that great of a throw, and I was like, meh, so I just never ordered again. But then as I pull stuff from her out of my junk drawer, and it's really old, it's like 3 years old, I think everything I have from her is at least 3 years old, and it throws like a beast. So she's one that I think I'm going to reorder from because I was just super impressed with how well it performs after it's aged a while. So anyhow, that is everything I've melted. I know this is a pretty long video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, definitely post those below. Thanks. Bye.